Hi there, and welcome to week number 2 of Yoganuary with Lizzie and me, Jazz. So, as you can see, again, we are separate, and that is just due to the fact that my partner has been isolating, so I have been isolating as well, just to be extra safe. So, fingers crossed, from next week, you will be getting content with us back together again, as we initially intended to film. But yeah, the classes this week will be with Lizzie and I separately. So this week with me, you have a Yang to Yin class. It's going to be about 30 minutes. So we will dedicate the first 15-ish minutes of the class to flow. We're going to be working with some postures that will open up the hips a little bit, get some heat and some strength into the legs, as well as getting into the spine as well. We're going to explore lots of kind of extension and flexion of the spine, which should feel really nice. And then we're going to move low to the ground for the second 15 minutes, and we'll move through about 3-ish postures, and we'll be holding those for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, and then that will move us into relaxation. So in terms of props today, if you are an avid yin practicer and you know that you like to have lots and lots of blocks and lots of pillows and blankets and all sorts of things to make yourself really comfortable, then please go ahead and pause the video and grab those bits and bobs for yourself now. However, you don't need any of that stuff necessarily. I've got a pillow to hand just for one or two of the postures so that I can pad out my forearms or my forehead. But you don't actually need it. It's not necessary. But the thing with yin is that we want to be comfortable in the postures. Other than that, all you need is yourself, a yoga mat, and hopefully somewhere nice and quiet to practice. And maybe you pop on some music and let's begin. So we're going to actually start standing today. So we're going to come to the top of the mat and find your normal Tadasana pose. I'm going to face you just for this first bit. And you want to find your feet directly underneath your hip points, your toes facing forwards. The outside edges of your feet are actually pretty much aligned with the long edges of your mat. And then from here, just press down into the heels, into the balls of the big toes, and into the base of the pinky toes. And then lift up all 10 toes. Gaze down at your feet, say hello. They don't get enough good recognition. And then from here, you're just going to place down the big toe. Keep the rest of the toes lifted. Place down the pinky toe, lift up the big toe. Big toes down, every other toe lifted. Pinky toes down, big toes up. Okay, so you're just switching between these two states, basically. Lifting up the inner edge of the foot, placing down the inner edge of the foot, just transitioning from side to side. And it's okay if you get a little bit mixed up. For many of us, we don't tend to focus too much attention onto the dexterity of our toes. So if this is really hard for you and you're finding the coordination really difficult, then no biggie. This sort of stuff takes practice. Okay, just take one more on each bit of the foot, and then come back to neutral. Place all 10 toes down onto the ground. Bring the hands into heart center. Lightly bend the knees, and as you inhale, yawn the shoulder blades up towards the ears. And then as you exhale, let the shoulder blades glide down. And you just take that twice more. Inhale. So we begin to synchronize the breath with a little bit of movement. Nothing dramatic, but just beginning to drop into that state of synchronicity. Now as you inhale, take the arms over the head. Take hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Stamp through the left heel, and as you exhale, find a nice easy bow towards the right. And as you exhale, dome around the spine, reach the hands forwards, like you've kind of got like an old person hunch back. Then inhale, come back up. Take hold of the opposite wrist. Bow to the second side towards your left. Stamp through the right heel. And then again, dome and round, come through center, find that kind of laptop back. Inhale, come back to center. We'll take that once more on each side. So hold the left wrist as you exhale, bow to your right, stamp through the left heel. Inhale, maybe you look up. Exhale, dome and round, come through the center, feel the side bodies, the upper back. Inhale, ripple up the spine, reach up. Take hold of the right wrist, stamp through the right heel. Exhale, bow. Inhale, look up. Exhale, dome through center. And inhale, ripple through the spine. Come back up. Reach through your fingertips at the top of the mat here. Gaze up. Take the arms nice and wide as if you've got a ball over your head that you're holding. And then as you exhale, bend the knees and ripple, cascade the spine all the way forwards to fold over the legs. Take a nice generous bend through your knees, and as you inhale, walk the hands up to your kneecaps. Lift the spine up just a tiny bit higher than halfway. Now as you exhale, dome and round the spine like you're doing a cat pose. And then inhale, drop the belly. Chest comes through the gate of the shoulders for a modification of cow. And exhale, we flow a little bit here. So we're taking these halfway lift variations of cat-cows. Keep driving the legs down, spiraling the balls of your big toes into the earth, and the heels want to spiral outwards like you're corkscrewing the feet down into the ground. This will help to activate your legs and your glutes. Inhale, final time here. Lift the tailbone, feel the seat bone spread wide. Exhale, round. Inhale, find that cow back, and then as you exhale, fold in, place the hands down, step your right foot all the way back, right toes tucked. As you exhale, reach the hands back, airplane the arms, belly to thigh. Inhale here, long through the chest, spiral the thumbs out, and then as you exhale, draw the rib cage in, lift up just a halfway, belly off the front thigh. Then inhale, come all the way up into your Anjane high lunge. Inhale here, arms wide, beach ball overhead. Then exhale, right hand forwards, left hand back for a twist. As you inhale, widen your wings. Exhale, take the left hand to your lower back. Inhale, thumb and index finger of the right hand meet. Reach the right hand up, look up to challenge your balance. As you exhale, windmill the arms open, right heel grounds down, arrive in warrior two, heel to heel alignment roughly. Inhale, straighten that front leg, lift the front toes, and then exhale, land back into your warrior two. Inhale, straighten front leg, lift the toes, exhale, land. 3 more times, inhale. Exhale, you can let the breath affect the arms here. You don't have to stay rigid. Exhale, bend. See if you can get a little bit deeper in the legs. Final round. Inhale, maybe lean back. Exhale, deep bend, and hold here. As you inhale, take the right hand down the right thigh. Thumb and forefinger of the left hand meet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Lift the right heel, come to your lunge. Lift the chest on the inhale. And then exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Let the heels lift quite high. Let the knees bend quite generously. Give the hips a little wiggle, as if you have a dog's tail and you're just kind of wagging it out. Find that length in either side of your waist as you do this. Nice. And then come back to center. Heels can descend towards the earth as much as feels good for you. And then as you inhale, look forwards to the top of the mat. And as you exhale, pedal your feet to the top edge of your mat. Big toes touch. Inhale, lift all the way up, arms over the head. And then as you exhale, hands to heart center, close the eyes down. From here, begin to take miniature steps backwards on your mat. Eyes closed, trust the process. Might feel a bit silly, that's okay. Keep walking backwards, backwards, backwards until you think you're at the back of the mat. You might bump into a wall or a pillow or something. And when you get to where you think the back of the mat is, turn yourself around. Open the eyes. Inhale, take the arms over the head. And exhale, fold it in. So at this point, you might headbutt any house plants that you have. That's totally fine. Walk the hands up to your knees, and as you inhale, lift into that cow, hands on kneecaps. Exhale, dome and round. Tuck the tailbone. Let the head hang from the neck. Inhale, lift tailbone. Cascade belly, chest through shoulders. Exhale, round. Take this twice more. Keep corkscrewing your feet into the ground. A generous bend in the knees is going to help you find that articulation of the spine, especially in your lower back. And final time. Inhale, coming into cow. Now as you exhale, fold all the way down, fingertips to the earth. Step the left foot back in space, left heel high. Inhale, lift the chest, take the hands back in space, aeroplane arms, thumbs out. Exhale, draw the belly in, rib cage in, waistlines in, off the thigh. Inhale up into your lunge. Exhale, left hand forwards, right hand back for the twist. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take that right hand back. And then as you inhale, take the right hand to your sacrum. Left thumb and forefinger meet. Left arm to the sky. Inhale, gaze up, challenge the balance. As you exhale, windmill the arms open. Ground the left heel. Virabhadrasana 2 on your second side. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift the front toes. Exhale, bend the front knee. 5 of these in total. So for a little alignment cue here, make sure that that front knee is not collapsing inwards, but instead you can actually see your right big toe poking past the kneecap, and the kneecap actually draws back towards the pinky toe edge of the foot, making sure that your glutes are engaged. One more. Exhale. Nice. Arriving in your warrior, take a breath. Legs as they are. As you exhale, left hand down the left thigh, right finger and thumb come together, Kali Mudra. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, cartwheel the arms all the way forwards, either side of the front foot. Inhale, lengthen through the chest and the back leg. Then exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale here, and as you exhale, open the mouth, cleansing breath. Then inhale, come forwards into high plank. From here, we're going to hold for 5. For 4, keep drawing the heels back, carving out the front body. 3, inner elbows point forwards. 2, and 1. Now lower the knees down. As you inhale, open the elbows out wide like you're doing a really badly executed press up. And then as you exhale, scoop the elbows back, keep a little bend, press the earth away. Inhale, elbows out wide, bend just an inch or 2. Exhale, scoop them back, press away. Nice. 5 more, elbows out wide. So we're just practicing a little bit of the correct positioning of your arms for chaturanga. So when you draw the elbows back and the inner elbows point forwards, that's where you want the arms to be in chaturanga, and that's the basis for a lot of other postures, like crow or anything else that requires the elbows close into the body, any of those kind of hand balances. Then take the hips back to child's pose. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. Release the breath. Notice if there's any tension in the body and just invite it to dissipate. 1 more breath here. Exhale. And as you inhale, come back forwards. Cross your ankles. We'll take 5 more of those little dips. So find like a half press up position with the body. There's a diagonal line from the base of my neck down to the backs of my knees or thereabouts. Then lightly engage the glutes. Draw them towards each other like you're trying to crack a walnut maybe. Then as you inhale, elbows wide. Exhale, scoop them back. Press through the heels of the hands so you really get that press. Inhale, elbows wide. Scoop them back. Press. You can even lift the fingers up. 3 more. You do not have to bend the elbows very far for this to be useful. You can just go an inch or even less than that. Final 1. Hips back, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Lovely stuff. From here, let's lift that right leg up and back. And then as you exhale, take the right foot between your hands. Left leg is straight. Inhale, rise the chest, rise the arms. Final little bit of flow. As you exhale, bend the left knee, cactus the arms. Left knee hovers above the ground. Inhale, straighten arms, straighten the back leg. Engage the left glute. Exhale, cactus, bend. That left knee just hovers. Inhale, stretch. Strengthen the back glute. So as you reach the arms up, that back leg straightens, the glute really engages. And then as you lower through the back knee, you should feel the legs maybe wobble, wanting to stabilize you. Final time. Then lower the back knee all the way down. Take the left hand to the earth. Untuck the back toes. Exhale into your twist. Reach the right hand to the sky. Gaze up. Soft circle with the top arm. Once. Twice. 3 times. Synchronize with breath. And then back the other way. Nice. Look up, inhale. Exhale, frame your front foot, tuck your back toes. Inhale, lift your chest, lift the fingers. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, step the left foot through the hands. Right knee off the ground, right heel high. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms. Crescent Lunge. Exhale 5 times, bend the back knee, cactus the arms. Strong legs. Inhale, squeeze the right glute. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, straighten and squeeze. Left leg stays bent the whole time. Final 2. Final 1. Exhale, draw down. Inhale, reach up. Then as you exhale, bring the right knee to the ground. Take the right hand to the earth inside the left foot. Exhale, lift the left hand, look up. Inhale here. Exhale, find those 3 circles. As you breathe here, really see if you can feel that top arm as like an extension of the breath. So it's the expansion of your left lung and rib cage that's creating the movement. And the arm is just an extension of that. It's a symptom of something else that's happening. Final time. Both hands down, tuck the right toes, inhale. Lift chest, lift back knee. Exhale, step back. Lovely stuff. Lower the knees down. Take a moment if you need to. You can pause the video here, grab a drink, whatever you need. We're moving into the yin section now. So if you want your props, then grab them, get them close by. I'm just going to have a pillow, and I'm popping that at the top of my mat. Now, place the hands down, tuck the toes, lift up into dog. And then from here, look forwards. Walk your right thumb to meet your left. And then as you exhale, step your right foot outside your right hand and lower the left knee down. So we're going to start in a little lizard lunge, and we're not going to go super deep to begin with. So remember, we want to work to our appropriate edge. So we're not going to go straight in for the deepest we can go. You're just going to go as deep as kind of feels appropriate, and to a point where you begin to feel sensation. So I'm just going to heel turn my right foot a little bit forwards, and then I'm going to take my toes on a little bit of an angle out, and I'm going to keep the whole of my right foot on the ground. And I'm going to place both my hands on my little pillow here, slightly forwards, and that's where I begin to feel sensation, so that's where I'll stay. And ideally we stay still in the posture. We've got 2 minutes here, starting now. So the aim of yin is not to kind of muscle and force our way through the practice, but it's actually a practice of allowing. So we really need to get out of our own way and just kind of allow the posture to be in the body. We remain as still as we possibly can so that the connective tissues can begin to soften. I always like to think of fascia as very similar to a mixture of corn flour and water. So when we're really, really forceful against that mixture of water and corn flour, it goes hard, right? Solidifies more. If you want to get a little bit deeper into the posture, you can now. Maybe come down onto an elbow or take the hands further forwards. And the thing is with corn flour and water is that when we're actually really soft with it, it softens as well and is much more liquid, much more like water. And that's kind of how fascia is. So when we're soft and gentle with our movement, it invites the fascia to become softer as well. We can create more flexibility in a safer way. Nice. So we've got about another 30 seconds. So feel free to go a little deeper if you want to, or come out of it slightly. If you're on your elbows, you might place the right hand back on the ground to de-intensify. If you want to make it more intense, you might walk the hands and the forearms a little further forwards. You're just working with what feels appropriate in your body. Just another round of breath. And then from here, very slowly walk the hands backwards. So the key here is you want to move slowly, right? We don't want to shock the body now. Come onto your fingertips, heel toe the right foot back into center. And then from here, just take the hips back. Right foot lift, right toes lift, and then forwards. Tiny bit of movement into the hip. And then tuck the left toes under, place the hands down, lift the left knee, step back to a very lazy downward facing dog. Inhale to look forward, step the left hand in line with the right fingertips, and then step the left foot outside the left hand. Lower your right knee down. So we're on our second side now. And remember, if you went into a kind of deeper variation of the pose than the one I'm in right now, it took you a while to get there. There was a journey. So honor the journey on the second side. You might heel toe that left foot out a little bit. We're here for a full 2 minutes, so you want it to be comfortable, right? Toes slightly out, heel in. Come onto your palms. The timer has started. And then come back to your breath. So one of the really lovely things about yin is that whilst you're here in the posture, there's a really nice opportunity for you to actually be present with your mind and to observe what's going on inside your head. Very often in vinyasa flow, we can become distracted from the mind, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. However, when we become more present with the mind, we can observe what's really there and learn to actually accept what's actually there rather than just avoiding it, which I know I can be pretty good at myself. It's about halfway now, guys, so if you want to adjust the posture, then very slowly do so. And the thing is within yin is that we honor the differences between both sides. So maybe one side is more open than the other and you feel you can go a little further, or perhaps the other way around. So honor what you feel on the second side and just go with what is feeling good on that second side. If it's not the same as the first side, it doesn't matter. You could close the eyes. We'll just take the last part of this pose, the next 3 or so breaths without me speaking. Very slowly walk the hands back up. Take the hands back, heel toe the left foot into the center. As you exhale, take the hips back. Easy little Anjane. Take the hands forwards. And then lazy step back to all fours this time. Bring the big toes to touch. Take the knees out nice and wide and just shift the hips back to a child's pose. You can take the pillow with you if you like. I like to take my forearms parallel to the short edge of the mat on top of my pillow and then lay my forehead and my third eye space onto one of my forearms. And then I like to take 3 deep breaths here. So let's do that. Just in through the nose. And out through the nose. And again in. And release. And then just one final breath. and then let it go. Nice work. From here, take your gaze forwards. If you have a pillow, you're just going to place that off to the side. Very slowly pad your way all the way forwards onto your belly. Adjust yourself as you go. Then come down onto the belly. And walk the hands forwards and quite wide. And then bring the forearms down. So the hands are actually out at an angle. So the elbows are kind of close into shoulder width. The palms are coming off the front corners of the mat or thereabouts. Then this might be where you stay, tops of the feet on the ground. There's zero effort in the body here, so don't worry about pushing the earth away. Just let yourself be passive. This might feel really nice for you, in which case you're just going to close the eyes down, and this will be where you stay for the next 2 minutes. However, if you feel like you want to go a little bit further, you can press the ground away. And what can be really nice here, if you have a pillow, is actually to bring that pillow right to the front of the chest, kind of wedge it a little bit underneath the front ribs, then take the palms back to the ground, and from here find that lift. And then close the eyes. If there's any kind of pain in the lower back, walk the feet out a little bit wider than the mat or to that width, thereabouts. Nice. Let me just breathe here. Bring the focus onto the breath. Focus on slowing down and lengthening out your exhales. Just massaging the vagal nerve and therefore stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system. There are all kind of benefits that come from this regulation of the nervous system. One of them being that we can more easily deal with stress, we're more resilient. Others are that we actually view the world as a kinder and safer place. On a physiological level, when we actively bring ourselves into rest and digest, parasympathesis more often, all of the systems in the body function better. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And just one more round of breath here. Stay nice and still. Feel the breath fill the body. And then as you exhale, slowly descend. Walk the feet back into the width of your mat, Take the hands alongside your chest. And then just gently press yourself back into all fours first. And then walk the knees into the width of your mat. Cross your ankles and sit yourself back on your bum. So now we're going to close the practice either with about 3 minutes of Shavasana. So if you'd like to lie down, then please make your way there. If you need to pause the video to go and get pillows or blankets, then please feel free. If you'd like to join me in seated meditation for this little short rest, then you are also more than welcome. So whatever you need to make yourself comfortable, do that. And then make your way into whatever posture you've chosen for rest today. Then if it feels safe in your environment to close your eyes, then please do. Take a deep inhale through your nose, just kind of gathering up any last remnants of stress, and then hold at the top for a moment. Sip in a little bit more air. Feel your body expand. You are a container for breath and life and energy. And then open the mouth. Release the breath. Inhale, belly, ribcage, chest expands in space. Fill yourself with breath, with prana, and then hold for a moment. Then sip in a tiny bit more air. Feel this gathering of energy at the base of the belly, at the base of the spine. And then open the mouth, slow sigh out. Final breath like that on your own. Allow your lips to softly close. Invite your body to relax. Find a subtle and easy quality to your energy here. And as you lie in stillness, whether you are about to start your day or about to end it, begin to list all of the things that you have in your life to be grateful for. Anything, it could be tiny or it could be extravagant. Just mentally noting each and everything, person, place, or situation. Allow this feeling of gratitude to fill you from the toes to the tip of your head, like warm golden liquid filling a glass. Luxuriate in that gratitude. Please feel free to stay here if you have the time. However, if you'd like to finish the practice here and now, then you can meet me in a seated posture. Fold your hands at heart center and Anjali Mudra. Allow a soft smile to spread across your mouth, the eyes. And then as you exhale, bow forehead to fingertips, finally in gratitude for this practice, for your wonderful body, for participating. May you have a wonderful rest of your week, wherever you are. Thank you so much. Namaste.